They tell you the Tao are merciful. That their prisons are clean, humane, civilized. No chains biting into flesh, no screaming interrogations, no blood-soaked cells hidden beneath a cathedral of lies. And that is exactly what makes them terrifying. Because mercy, when weaponized, cuts deeper than cruelty ever could. In a Tao prison there are no bars to rattle, no guards to curse, no pain to focus your hatred on. There is only silence, perfect white light, and a calm, patient voice that speaks to you as if you are a child who has made a simple mistake. Again and again, it explains why you are wrong. Why your faith is illogical. Why your loyalty is inefficient. Why your resistance is not heroic, but confused. They do not break your bones or scar your body, because the body is irrelevant. What they want is the part of you that believes, that remembers, that refuses. Slowly, methodically, they begin to dismantle it. In the grim darkness of the far future, the Imperium rules through fear, pain, and absolute brutality. Its prisons are places of punishment, where suffering is proof of loyalty and survival is an accident. The auEmpire presents itself as the opposite, enlightened, progressive, rational. They speak of unity, cooperation, and the greater good. To many, especially imperial citizens ground down by endless war, this sounds like hope. But hope can be just another form of control. Tao imprisonment is not about justice or revenge, it is about correction. To the Tao, a prisoner is not evil, only malfunctioning. A belief that does not align with the greater good is treated like a disease to be cured, not an enemy to be destroyed. And so the process begins quietly. You are educated, evaluated, guided. Your ideas are challenged with flawless logic. Your emotions are gently dismissed as primitive instincts. Every argument you make is anticipated. Every doubt you feel is encouraged, until even you are no longer sure why you resisted in the first place. And when the cell door finally opens, when they tell you that you are free, the most important question is no longer whether you survived. It is whether the person who walks out is still you at all. To understand a Tao prison, you must first understand how the Tao see the universe. Everything exists to serve the greater good. Individuals are not sacred, harmony is. Order is truth. Efficiency is morality. From this perspective, imprisonment is not punishment, because punishment implies anger, vengeance, or moral outrage. The Tao feel none of these. A prisoner is simply a variable that has fallen out of alignment. Something that does not fit the equation. Their philosophy teaches that conflict is wasteful and suffering is inefficient, so the goal is not to hurt you, but to fix you. When the Tao capture an enemy, they do not ask what you deserve. They ask what you can become. Even resistance is not viewed as defiance, but as ignorance. You are not an enemy in their eyes, you are a problem to be solved. This belief removes hatred from the process, and that absence is deeply unsettling. There is no rage to provoke, no cruelty to rebel against. Only calm certainty. Every action taken against you is justified as necessary, benevolent, and correct. And when a system truly believes it is morally flawless, it never questions how far it goes. In a Tao prison, you are surrounded by the quiet confidence of a civilization that knows it is right, and that knowledge becomes the foundation of everything that follows. Physically, a Tao prison barely resembles a prison at all. There are no rusted bars or iron chains. Instead, there are smooth walls, soft illumination, and an absence of shadows. The air is clean, the temperature perfectly regulated. Your cell may not even have a visible door, only an energy field that hums quietly when you approach it. You are fed regularly, medically monitored, and protected from harm. Even self-harm is made difficult, not out of compassion, but because your survival is required for the process to continue. Surveillance is constant but subtle. Drones observe without making noise. Sensors track your movement, breathing, and emotional state. There is no privacy, yet no sense of being watched by a person. That, too, is intentional. Guards rarely interact with you directly. When they do, they are calm, polite, and distant. Violence is almost non-existent, not because the Tao are incapable of it, but because they consider it unnecessary. Escape feels impossible not due to brutality, but due to design. The environment itself discourages resistance. There is nothing to strike, nothing to sabotage, nothing to rally against. The prison does not threaten you, it simply contains you, like a laboratory chamber sealed for observation. The true purpose of the Tao prison reveals itself over time, through re-education. This is where the real damage is done. You are spoken to, not shouted at. Presented with information, not accusations. Your beliefs are dissected calmly, like faulty machinery. Faith is described as emotional dependency. Loyalty is reframed as tribal conditioning. Every idea you once held sacred is reduced to a psychological artifact of your upbringing. The Tao do not demand that you abandon your beliefs outright. Instead, they encourage you to question them yourself. Carefully curated simulations, recordings, and logical arguments are presented again and again, always patiently, always reasonably. You are never told you are evil. You are told you are mistaken. Over time, doubt grows, not because you are convinced, but because resistance becomes exhausting. There is no dramatic confrontation, no moment of defiance. Just a slow erosion. Isolation plays a key role. You are denied reinforcement of your old identity. No allies. No shared prayers. No cultural touchstones. Only the Tao narrative, repeated until it becomes familiar, then comfortable, then unavoidable. Eventually, you begin correcting yourself before they need to. That is when they know the process is working. Not all prisoners are treated equally. Humans, especially imperial citizens, are often seen as ideal candidates for assimilation. Many are turned into guvesa, auxiliaries who genuinely believe they have been saved from a cruel empire. Imperial officers and officials are interrogated extensively, not through pain, but through prolonged dialogue and psychological mapping. Their knowledge is extracted, catalogued, and weaponized. Chaos worshippers are usually deemed beyond correction, their beliefs are considered too unstable, too corrupt to realign. These prisoners often disappear quietly. Orcs are rarely imprisoned at all. They are studied, contained briefly, or destroyed, as their nature is considered incompatible with the greater good. Space Marines are the most troubling cases. They represent absolute ideological resistance, genetically engineered faith made flesh. The Tao struggle to understand them, let alone re-educate them. Some are studied obsessively. Others are held indefinitely, not tortured, not converted, simply contained, living proof that some enemies cannot be fixed. To the Tao, this is not cruelty. It is pragmatism. Compared to the Imperium, the horror of a Tao prison is subtle, but profound. The Imperium will hurt you until you confess, until you break, until you die screaming the Emperor's name. Pain gives clarity. Pain gives purpose. It allows hatred, martyrdom, and defiance. The Tao deny you all of that. There is no righteous suffering here, no glory in endurance. You are not allowed to be a hero or a victim. You are simply wrong. And when correction replaces punishment, there is no end point. No sentence to serve. No release date. You remain until alignment is achieved. And when it finally is, when the door opens and you are told you are free, the prison may no longer exist around you, but it has already rebuilt you from the inside. The body walks out intact. The mind follows willingly. And the question that lingers is not whether you survived the Tao prison, but whether anything of the person who entered it survived at all. When people speak of the auEmpire, they often do so with a tone of curiosity, even admiration. In a galaxy ruled by screaming madness and endless war, the idea of a clean, rational civilization feels almost comforting. But comfort can be the most dangerous illusion of all. Because the Tao do not conquer through terror alone, and they do not rule through fear. They rule through certainty. The certainty that they are right. That their way is better. That any cost paid in the present is justified by harmony in the future. And once a civilization believes that, there are no limits left to restrain it. A Tau prison does not exist to punish enemies. It exists to erase alternatives. It is a place where rebellion is not crushed, but rendered meaningless. Where resistance is not met with violence, but with explanation. Over time, even hatred loses its shape. There is nothing left to push against. No cruelty to expose. No injustice to scream about. Only a calm, unshakable system that insists it is saving you from yourself. And that is why so many who leave a Tau prison do not return to their old lives. They return as something else. Something aligned. Something quiet. In the Imperium, death can be a victory. Martyrdom is celebrated. Faith gives meaning to suffering. Under the Tau, survival is the goal, and survival demands adaptation. Beliefs become negotiable. Identity becomes flexible. The self becomes a tool. You are not forced to kneel. You are encouraged to stand, just facing a different direction. So when you hear that Tau prisons are clean, humane, and merciful, understand what that really means. It means no scars to warn others. No screams to remember. No visible evidence of what was taken from you. The door opens. The light welcomes you back. And somewhere along the way, without pain or chains, you stopped being an enemy, because you stopped being yourself.